This is Coding Maverick, and in today's video we are going to learn about different types of data validation in Fast API using Pydantic models. We will start from simple field validations, then move into the advanced constraints, custom field rules, cross field checks using model validators, and finally we will see the manual validation to validate data inside the endpoint. So viewers, let's go step by step. We begin by importing all necessary libraries. Fast API help us to build APIs, and HTTP exception is used for raising errors. From Pydantic, we import base model and several field validators such as field, email string, constraint, contain, HTTP URL, field validator, and model validator. These allow us to enforce rules on incoming data. We also import date from datetime to work with the date, add CORS middleware to allow front-end requests, and RE for custom check. Finally, we create the Fast API app. The first type is basic field validation. Here we define a simple model with fields like name, age, and email. Using Pydantic fields, we can set rules like minimum length, maximum length, or numeric limit. Fast API automatically validates the input before it even reaches our endpoint. We define a model called basic users. The name field must be a string with at least 3 and at the most 50 characters. The age must be an integer greater than 0 and less than 120. The email must be a valid email address using email string. When data is sent to the basic user endpoint, Fast API automatically checks these rules. If any field fails, the request is rejected before reaching the function. If all rules pass, it returns a success message. Now we save the code and run the Fast API through UVCon server. Now from our client side, we will put the name, age, and email as per the validated format, and the API will return basic validation passed. But if we change the age from 12 to 122, which is greater than our desired limit, the API will return the error message that it should be less than 120. And if we change it to 50, it will come in the desirable limit. Similarly, if we change the format of email address, then it will give us the error message. An email address must be have a email valid format. So viewers, this is the basic field validation. Next we move to advanced field types and constraints. Here we add more strict rules such as using regular expressions for strings, numeric ranges for integers, and URL validations for websites. We define a model called product. The name must be at least 3 characters long. It must contain only letters and spaces checked using a regular expression in the custom validator. Quantity must be a positive integer less than 1000, and website must be a valid URL. But viewers, here we can see that there is a regex error, as this expression for constraint is valid for Pydantic v1 model, but we are using Pydantic v2 model, so there would be a change required for this. And we will use custom validation for name using field validator. Here we will mention the regex.match with the same regex expression. The product endpoint will only accept products that pass all these checks. Now on the client side, we will put the name of the product, quantity, and valid URL. If the all three things are valid as per the check, the API will return the validation passed. If we use any extra special or numeric name field, it will not qualify the advanced validation. Similarly, if we change the website URL, it will return invalid URL. Similarly, if we change the quantity more than the desired limit, it will also return the error code. Viewers, sometimes a single field is not enough for validation purposes. So we need to validate the relationship between multiple fields. That's where cross-field validation comes in. For example, in our booking system, the start date must always come before the end date. Here the start date is a different field and end date is a different field. So in this part, we will use the cross-field validation. We define a model called booking with two fields, start date and end date. Inside the model, we use model validator mode after to compare both fields. Mode after means that it would run after the whole model is created. Now, if the start date is equal to or later than the end date, validation will be failed. We will create the booking endpoint, and booking endpoint will only return the message if the model validator allow the valid condition. Now on the client side, we will select the start date that is well before the end date, and when we submit, it will return the validated booking date. But if we make the start date equal to the end date, it will return the error that start date must be before the end date. So this is how the cross field validation may be used in Fast API. Cross field validation is used using model validator. Here mode is equal to after means that it will run after the whole model is created. Validation logic lives inside the model, and only after that the endpoint is called. So this type of validation may be used across multiple endpoints where the same fields are used. It runs before the endpoint executes, unlike manual validation inside the endpoint. It is good to validate the relationship between multiple fields in the base model, like start date, end date, product name versus product price, or house area versus estimated rent. Viewers, up till now we have used all the validations that are of Pydantic validation. But sometimes it is not possible that all validation rules fit neatly into Pydantic. Sometimes we need custom logic inside the endpoint itself. This is called manual validation inside the endpoint. Viewers, we define a model called register user with the username and email. Here, instead of using model validators, we perform manual check inside the register endpoint. If someone tries to register with the username admin, an HTTP exception is raised with a custom error message. Otherwise, user is successfully registered. This method gives flexibility but is less reusable as compared to the validators inside the model. So viewers, we wrap up the discussion with conclusion that manual validation inside endpoints gives flexibility for custom business logic, but less reusable than cross-field model validation. Cross-field model validation ensures logical relationship between multiple fields. Advanced constraints and strict checks such as regex and URL validations are best for field validation. And basic field level validation ensures single field rules like length, ranges and format. So viewers, I hope this video will be helpful for you. I have placed the GitHub URL for the source code of this video. You can try it at your own, and if you find any difficulty, you can comment me. I will help you guys. Thank you for watching Coding Maverick.